Aja, wait, I was just thinking, what if the whole government just, runs out of money during the year? Like, they plan everything out in the budget, but then halfway through, the piggy bank is just completely empty. Yeah, what if they just spend everything too early? Like, they throw a huge party, and poof, the money is gone by October.
Are Rohan? No, they don't just throw a giant party. But, Ananya, that is a very, very smart question. And it turns out the people who wrote our constitution thought of exactly that. They knew things don't always go according to plan, right? So they wrote a special backup plan called Article 115 just to handle this exact situation.
Look at it this way. Imagine our family plans a budget. We sit down at the start of the month and say, okay, we are going to spend exactly 10,000 rupees for the whole month. We plan it out perfectly. Groceries, electricity, everything. But suddenly, a sudden medical emergency happens. Someone gets sick. The plan was small, but suddenly the need becomes very big. You feel that surprise, a little worry, and suddenly you need extra money that just wasn't in that original plan.
Wait, so is it like when you just underestimate your expenses? Like when I thought my art project would cost 100 rupees, but the paint was actually way more expensive?
Exactly, Mira. You hit the nail on the head. Sometimes the amount we originally planned is just too small for a really big need that pops up during the year.
In the government, they call this a supplementary grant. Now, that is a big word, but basically it just means extra money is needed because the first amount simply wasn't enough. Imagine the government plans a certain amount to help farmers buy fertilizer. But suddenly, global prices change, and the price of fertilizer shoots way up. They can't just leave the farmers without help. They have to ask for extra money to cover that original plan.
But wait, what if a brand new, completely unexpected emergency pops up? Something that wasn't in our original budget at all. We didn't underestimate it, we just didn't see it coming. Like a sudden natural disaster, or an urgent rescue mission to bring our citizens home from abroad.
Oh, I get it, like surprise expenses? Is it basically a giant surprise expense for the whole country?
You are exactly right, Rohan. The Constitution calls this an additional grant. It is for a completely new service. The need is entirely new, so they have to ask for a fresh batch of funds to handle that specific surprise. It wasn't in the budget at all, so they are adding something completely new to the list.
Now, let me tell you about a third, slightly trickier situation. Imagine your school class organizes a big event, like a science fair. The teacher gives you a strict budget of 5,000 rupees. But, oops, you guys get carried away buying shiny materials and accidentally spend 6,000 rupees. When the teacher finds out the money is already gone, she is definitely going to demand an explanation, isn't she?
That sounds risky, Aja. Spending money you don't have? The teacher would be so mad. Wait, so they must report it immediately, right? Because they broke the rule and spent too much?
Exactly. Sometimes the government accidentally spends too much too. When they spend more than allowed, it is called an excess grant. But because the money is already gone, they have to get approval after the fact. They essentially have to ask for forgiveness. And because they spent too much, it gets strictly checked by a special group called the Public Accounts Committee. This committee looks very closely to make sure there was a very, very good reason for breaking the budget.
Or if they need this extra money, or if they already spent it, is there like a quick, easy way to just get it? A secret button they press? So, no shortcuts.
No shortcuts, Rohan. Not with the country's money. The president has to show a completely new statement to Parliament. They literally have to repeat the exact same strict process they use for the main budget. Planning, voting, and approving all over again. They have to prove why they need it, debate it, and pass a law to get it. It takes time, but it keeps things safe.
So let us make sure we have this straight. If the planned money is less, they ask for more. If there is a totally new need, they ask again. And if they spent too much, they must report it and get it approved.
Perfect, you all are ready to run the finance ministry. So tell me, why do you think following all these strict rules for extra spending matters so much? Why is it so important to report it every single time?
To avoid the misuse of funds, so no one steals it, and to make sure the government stays responsible.
Handling money carefully means being honest, even when mistakes happen. Dealing with the nation's money is about accountability and tracking every single rupee. So, to everyone listening, the next time you hear about the government introducing a new budget halfway through the year, ask yourself, did they just underestimate their bills, or are they trying to cover up a mistake?